Hi, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I'm going to be unboxing the Pathfinder Pawns for the War for the Crown pawn collection. I think it's been a bit since I've gotten a new collection of pawns. You know, as of late I've started to think, do I want to start painting more of my minis or buying pre-painted minis? And I'd like to do that. I'd like to something nicer, more physical, but still, you know, I look at it and I'm like, looking at things, average mini, if I got pre-painted, it's like $4 per, or, you know, we can get, you know, the unpainted ones, and then you gotta put a lot of time into it, and you can save a little bit, depending on the mini, not necessarily all that much, for basically $25, getting, what are they usually, about 300-ish pawns. I'm like, even if I start doing that, the pawns are still useful as far as filling out the masses until I have a giant collection. And this looked like a cool set, so figured I would check it out. So you got the War for the Crown. Of course, it's one of their adventure paths I know nothing about. I don't play the adventure paths. The back shows, you know, the list of what's actually in there, but open it up and take a look at what the pawns actually look like, because the name of an NPC doesn't necessarily do a lot. It really depends. What do they look like? And, of course, we'll zoom in. Alright. So, Angel. Okay, it looks like there's, like, the art in the book is probably a guy next to a mount or something, but this is just the mount, so the art for that's kind of weird. Is that? It looks like a named Medusa. Like from the name on the back of the thing, you were never going to know that was a Medusa. That looks cool, but it is. Based on, like, the staff that glows, could almost be a Medusa that is also a cleric. Wouldn't that be an interesting character? Person's mostly in shadow. Big fuzzy cloak. Fancy headdress. We got some Grave Knights here. That looks kind of ghosty. General NPC-like guys. Creepy. That guy is basically like in a modern day suit, I think. I think these ones are like covered in like leather straps. Brawny Bodyguards is a very good title for that. Some charmed townsfolk look kind of like a bunch of bakers. Circle cutthroats, sort of highwaymen, highwaywomen, whatever. Bandit type swashbuckler with a mask. And, oh, here is the person that is next to that mount in the art. Alright. Them, person with some horns, so it could be like a tiefling kind of fellow. Noble, Count and Countess, you know, we got some nobles there. Ooh, Crypt Guard. That is cool. Not only does it look cool, but gives me an immediate idea of, like, basically specialty gargoyle. Very awesome. Yeah, interesting looking fellow. Some dames. So basically noble folk here. Noble. We're getting actually some good nobles. I'm definitely not, you know, Duchess, Duke, Earl, Emperor. I skipped over her, but she's got wings. She's like a bug person. But yeah, we're just looking at... This one is in a wheelchair. That's cool. I mean, that's just not something I've seen. This Earl looks a little more rugged swashbuckler, not quite so noble-ish, but still. Quite a few of them are very noble looking. So if you need a... That one looks... Either he has glasses or he's possessed. I can't tell. But yeah, so still, filling out a noble court. There's some... Well, they call them, assassin bugs. I was going to say there's some bugs. Some more bodyguards. Fallen, so basically like warrior ghosts. Soldier. Yeah, Festering Spirit Works. That's an adequate title for that. Ghouls. It says chair golem, but I'm pretty sure that's just art from a wood golem. Grand Prince Stogvan III. There's a space there. So another noble. Bodyguard. There's these high cultists, which totally could be high cultists, and kind of the color scheme works with those cult people from the other one, because they got the blue, which also makes you think the actual headdress a little bit about... There was a bad guy in G.I. Joe from when I was a kid that it kind of reminds me of. And then also just all the blue people being the cult is totally Earthbound, right? Kind of looking like, wealthy but not quite of noble. That person there. Imperial Magus. Definitely a nice fancy suit, as do all these. The Palace Sentry looks like almost maybe like a leader in the guard for this palace. Ranger sort, perhaps. We're getting more of the blue look, and I'm liking that, because I like the color blue, so... Yeah, we get this sort of, again, noble... person that looks like maybe noble, but they know how to fight. These are... They say some sort of alchemist, but it looks like a spider-like kind of person. Again, sort of noble-ish dress, but definitely with a sense of magic, so she knows how to defend herself, kind of thing. The ladies that are sort of a noble dress, and some lieutenants, sort of almost the guard for wealthy individuals. Oh, and now we're turning. Right, yeah, no, Naga sort of person. Clockwork Golem. Giant. Fire giant, basically, of a special, honestly, hate to say it, but noble-looking fire giant. Foo lions, and I think there's been different art for foo lions in the past, and these look all fancy. As if equipped by a wealthy family, if you're getting the theme with this. Although I guess crown is in the title of the adventure, so perhaps it makes sense. Giant fish. Weird snake-like thing. Guy on horseback. Lurker. That looks like a grave that's going to grab you and pull you into it. Again, stone golem. Interesting art. Looks sort of like a giant werebear or something like that. Vortex dragon is trippy. And sort of a centauran machine monster creature. Oh, we're turning again. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, Lord. Another noble guy. Soldiers in fine dress. So, were-rats. Again, think of a different art than I've seen, so nice. Getting a little on some of these. a little colonial vibe even. I guess some of the more things I said are modern suits, kind of almost could fall into that range of modern. Mr. Smiles the Third, and he has a sickle that looks like it has teeth, like it's smiling, and he's like graying, aged, or perhaps even undead, looking terrible. But Mr. Smiles the Third. Some night hags. The Night Swan makes me look at the people with masks and think, like, superhero. Ohalia. Looks like could almost maybe be like ASMR. That is gold plate mail, so that is a noble and plate mail. Prince and princess. More nobles, with that one having things going around his head like he's possessed or something. The queen without a face. Creepy. Rakshasa looking to be some sort of alligator people. Not tiger. Anyways, then some specialty kind of one. Looks like maybe could either be someone in a plague mask or could be like a Kenku. Then blood algae swarms, crown top kings. I think those are just like some sort of bird swarm. The Great Dagyo. To be some sort of enlightened rat person, and that looks like a gnome tiefling. All right then. Secret Shade. There are four of 7 forms of Sin devotee. Okay, monkish kind of attire. That is a golden, call it a tomb warden, but it's like a golden statue animated thing. Again with silent cultists, highwayman kind of look. The covered faces. Silent initiate. Again, just a little more modern dress than typical fantasy. Monkish look. She was one of the ones on the box, and just actually seeing the dress, very plain but pleasant looking dress, blue with horns and a tail, tiefling sort of look to me. I really like that. Very, very pleasant. The Soul Eater, not so present, like a shade with these big creepy claws. The Stabbing Beast, big like scorpion tail at the back. Ugh. These sort of pale, lesser noble look. Cyrus Coquelibre Esquire. Again, noble with a sword. Some soldiers, I'd say traitor, but depends on your story. More of those fellas. Got like a bluish goblin fella. Weird beast. I'd almost say that could suffice as some. I mean, it looks like it's almost like a book inside, so I'm almost going to say like basically mimic type fella there, and whatever that little thing is. some more of those traders. Sort of big knight-looking guy. We got these bandits here. Like they're in the middle of like taking a bite out of something, like an apple or something. It's like they're pausing in the middle of that. We got them. This Damon, sort of glowy-eyed, shadowy skull figure. Generic evil. 1,000 names. Sort of spiky armory blue guy. And some of them. Sort of the Arabian Nights feel. The Uflin Guard sort of have heavy furs. Another fancy dressed person there. Templar. Vault and Chain Templar. Kind of like a shadowy being coming out there. Guardian Scroll. Could be even another mimic or whatever from a scroll. A halfling killer. That's pretty simple. Over there. Another one of the blue people. Some rat swarms. And sort of it's almost like a beggar girl. Sort of. Okay, do these ones at the bottom first. Another one of those. A wolf. Demon monster looking thing. Zimar Sentinels. Some more guard. More of those little surly servants. Almost, he might have, almost has that sort of Roman or togaed kind of wealth look. The Child Blade, the Fantabulous. Okay, so basically 2 disguises for one person, I guess, because same name. So that's interesting. But from an entertainer to an assassin. And then we get 2 of these lions. This other lion. And then the giant flaming horse nightmare. And that's it. So, it is called War for the Crown. And it has a number of nobles. Nobles and people that look like they're servant or work for nobles or guards for nobles of various cultures, really. And so that is, as far as, some of them have more themes than others as far as how useful it is. This is definitely a set that is like, if you need nobles, and if you need, like, the noble guard for the palace and such, useful. And again, like, for a variety of different cultures and styles, have that blue kind of cult grouping and things like that. So, yeah, definitely some interesting things there. If you need to fill out some nobles, or if you're looking to be a player character and of noble birth, want to have that look to your pawn, yeah, plenty of choices and variety within this. So, as always, I'll link where you can find it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching.